Hey folks, this is kind of an unexpected situation. So it's dinner time. We're at the very beginning of dinner. So sometimes he's late to dinner. But anyway, yeah, the situation is he's been sleeping on the table in that box pretty much all afternoon. I saw him, I think, this morning on the deck. The sun came out, so he was sunbathing. And then I think right after lunch, I saw him in the box here. And he's been sleeping there pretty much all afternoon and through now, as far as I know. So I've been checking back at him every so often, and yeah, he's basically been in this box. Well, I've seen him move around a little bit, so I know he's not dead. At one point, he actually woke up and he saw me, and then he just went back to sleep. So I didn't think much of it. I have other thoughts about him sleeping on the table, but I'll get to that later. But I guess what surprised me right now is he's still in the box at dinner time, and he hasn't moved to the door yet. And I just saw him move a little while ago when I started filming. I thought he was going to get up, but yeah, he's still there. So I'm not sure what's up. Um, the weather was a little better than yesterday, actually. So the sun came out. I think the temperature, yeah, it's probably a little bit warmer. Oh, he's getting up. Okay, there we go. Temperature, I think, is a little bit warmer. Didn't Well, it rained last night, but it stopped during the day. And the wind has basically died down. There's really no wind anymore. So it's been a much better day. So a little surprised he's sleeping in the box today. I could understand maybe yesterday, though. I don't know the wind. I'm surprised he picked this place to camp out because here I think he'd feel the wind. And since it was windy yesterday, I'm a little surprised he would pick that spot. I thought moving the big box next to the box he's in would deter him from sleeping there because I thought maybe the big box gave him a sense of cover, but moving the box didn't seem to help. But the fact that he's in the box here, um, I guess semi okay with it. So he's not actually on the table; he's in the box, and then that blanket is deteriorating, as you can see, like the gray, all the blue stuff's falling off and leaving the gray part of the blanket behind. So let's see, it's a moving blanket, and right now I'm using it to cover some foldable chairs, and the chairs are leaning against the table, and the extra blanket's draped over, and then I just had some empty box there for a while. I can't even remember what I used to have in there, but I've been sorting things, moving things, and throwing things away, and that box I think ended up remaining, and basically it's been like that I think for a while now, and now he's decided to make it a bed. And I know he just started this because last night he had blue flecks all over his fur, and and that was the first time I've seen that because yeah, basically all the blue flecks came from the blanket. So I know he hasn't done this before because I would have seen the blue flecks before. So anyway, um, I'm kind of wondering since he's not very active. I'm wondering maybe if this is maybe him being sick or something. I don't know. It's basically the peak of winter, shortest. We're in the shortest days of the year now, and the weather hasn't been so good. So I'm thinking it could just be he's conserving energy. So might not be anything unusual, and he's just gotten used to me at this point where he feels like he can move in on the table. So he's just really hard to read. Um, so I'm not quite sure what to do about him, if I need to be concerned or not. I think my plan now is I'm just going to get his food ready, and I'll go out shortly, try to feed him, and see if he has any other strange or unusual reactions. Because of the holiday season right now, if he is sick, I don't know what I can do about it. I'm assuming. So I don't know any vets, and I'm assuming most vets are probably taking the holidays off anyway. So they probably do emergencies, but I don't even know if they, since he has no medical history, I don't even know if this is, an emergency or just, him being lethargic. But yeah, this is definitely new, but I don't know, with Scruffy, there's always something new, so go figure. Does he close his eyes or is he staring at me? I can't tell. He's staring at me. So I've been blinking. But I don't know if he's looking at the camera or looking at me. The camera's kind of in front of me. Okay, folks, I'm going to pause here, get his food ready, get some heavy clothes on, and then I'll go out to feed him. So I'll be back soon. Hey, folks, I'm still getting his food ready, and yeah, he just sat up. He's been watching me through the window, so I've been showing him the can of wet cat food, and I've been pouring in the kibble into the bowl. And I was getting some heavier clothes on, and then yeah, he got himself up as I was getting a sweater on, and I thought maybe he was going to jump off the table to move to the door. So I've actually been curious how he's been getting up the table and off of it. So I wanted to try to film that if I could. So I stopped what I was doing and grabbed the camera, but he's paused again, so I don't know if I'm going to get to watch him and record him jumping off the table or however he's doing it. I'm wondering if he's like using the chairs to get a little more height, or is he just completely jumping it himself? Because yeah, he doesn't seem to be much of a jumper. I've seen him do small jumps, and the table, it's not as high as the fence. So, and I know he's been on that table before. I remember it's about a year ago. Actually, it was probably around this time of year. I remember one time he was just sitting on the table and just chilling. And I shoot him away. I think I knocked on the window and he just looked at me, and then I start walking towards the door, and then he jumped off and walked away before I could go out. So, and then I don't think I've seen him on the table since then until yesterday. So usually he'd just stay on the deck. Okay, so he's watching me again. So I think he's going to wait for me to bring out the food. So I'll be right back. I need to get the food finished and get the rest of my clothes on. Okay, folks, I got his food. So it's the 9 Lives meaty pate again. This flavor, a new flavor. So this one is the with real chicken, no tuna, according to the can, or at least the advertisement. I think I was looking at the ingredients. I think there is like tuna or fish byproducts or something in it. So yeah, I don't know. But anyway, I'm just about to go to the door. I noticed his eyes closed, and then they opened for a while, and then I think he's eyeing me again now. I'm going to get I need to get the ball and some food. So, put the ball in his food, and I gotta get my shoes on still, and but they're at the door, so I'm going to bring the food over to the door and try to get my shoes on. So I'm gonna pause here. Okay, so I'm sitting down at the chair and getting my shoes on, and I have very bad camera work going on right now, trying to get my shoes on. And I'm gonna zoom out so I can see what he does. So I'm gonna open the door now. And very interesting, he hasn't moved. So I guess I'm gonna go out. Hey, Scruffy. So you got your dinner. Seeing you're sleeping in the box all day. Hope there's nothing wrong with you. So maybe some food will make you feel better. So right now I'm bringing out the water bowl. And I'm putting the water bowl on the table. So bringing out the food now. Putting it on the chair. Closing the door behind me. And he's eyeing me, so I'm blinking. So he's not making any noises, no meowing. Pretty sure that's Scruffy. He's giving me the evil eye though. So. Make sure it's not some other strange cat I don't recognize. Okay, so I'm gonna put his water. I'm gonna change his water, so I gotta go under the table here and swap the bowls here. So I think he drank a little bit. Oh, there he goes. That didn't look very graceful. So I don't know where Scruffy went. Oh, okay, he's back there grooming himself. Do you want some food, Scruffy? So this is a little unusual. He's not waiting for the food for once. So I'm not sure what this means. I think he moved again. So I just sat down in the chair. So maybe he's gonna come back around? No? Okay, folks, I have no idea what's going on. Oh, there was one more thing I did want to do, though. I wanted to try to put some kibble in the carrier. So I have a little plastic cup I was going to fill with some kibble. And I was going to put it in the back of the carrier, but maybe I'll do that now. So I don't know where it went. I don't see him. He might have left the deck. So we'll take a look at the box that he's been sleeping in. So yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. So hopefully no symptoms of any. Oh, there he is. So he's spying on me. So you okay, Scruffy? Zoom in. Just trying to get a look at him. So he's been sleeping all day, though I don't think that's actually unusual. But usually he gets up around sunset, and I don't know exactly what he does. Sometimes I think he leaves the premises. Other times I think he's just kind of going around the yard, maybe under the deck or something. But a lot of times around sunset, he seems to move from the place he was sleeping, and I don't see him until he starts sitting at the door for dinner. So now he's starting to look a little more normal, except he's sitting all the way over there. So I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go back in and get the kibble and put in the carrier. But I think I'm also going to bring the food in and wait for him to come to the door. I just want to see if he has any normal behavior. So I'm going to back up right now. And just see if he follows me for a second. I don't see him. Yeah, he may not be very food motivated right now. So it may not. Oh, here he comes. So it may. So I'm worried. Yeah, he may not be food motivated because he's basically been kind of in a hibernation mode all day. And if he's not food motivated, yeah, it doesn't bode well for feeding. So I might just wait till he's hungrier. So I think, yeah, I'm gonna go in. I'll take the food with me, and I'll also prep the kibble. So I'll leave the food at the door here. I'll take in the water, the old water. Try not to spill any. Just close the door. And I think I'm going to pause here. So I'll be back. So as soon as I stopped filming, yeah, he came around the corner. I just dumped the water bowl in the sink, and then I came back. And so I think he was looking in the carrier and looking in the fort. So there's a new water bowl there. So now he's stretching. So that's a little more normal. Okay, so now he's sitting, waiting for dinner, I guess. So I think that's a little more normal. So the fact that he's moving, I guess that's a good sign. So I'm going to guess, yeah, he's probably not sick. He's probably just conserving energy because of the winter. But I'll keep watching him, make sure there's nothing like really wrong with him. Not that I really think I can do anything. So there's still a problem that I can't get close to him. So if I actually had to take him to the vet, I can't capture him. I need him to basically voluntarily get in the carrier or something like that for me to bring him in anywhere. And yeah, I guess I could try to trap him, but I'm not terribly motivated to try to trap him. Plus, because he's been TNR'd before, I'm assuming he's basically seen a live catch trap before, so he may have memories of being trapped by a live catch trap and knows how to avoid them now. Because I think Scruffy's skittishness is from a lot of the street smarts that he's picked up over the years. So I don't think he's going to go into a live catch trap pretty easily. It took him forever just to go in that carrier. And that's not a trap. Okay, folks, I'm going to pause here. I'm going to get some of that kibble ready, and I just want to see what Scruffy's going to do. So I'll be right back. I thought he was going to move his foot or something, but okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I have a little tiny plastic cup of kibble. So I put the meow mix in there. So my plan is to put that in the back of the carrier, just to try to get him to go in and get acclimated to it again. So it now has that new mattress topper. I'd like him to feel it, and hopefully he'll like it and say, "Oh, this is nice and soft and comfy, and maybe I can sleep here." Of course, he's already picked the table, so I don't know what the point of that is, but rather have him in the carrier actually. So I'm assuming, he's sitting there. It means he wants his food. He's gonna hiss at me when I go out. Every time he does this, he always hisses at me, and I'm kind of tired of it. So I'm actually surprised though, because I started hissing back at him recently. So last night I did a slow hiss, and then a few nights ago I did he did a really nasty long hiss at me, so I did one back, and that scared him off. I did one in the day, and I did one in the evening, and it worked. So I was surprised that it didn't completely scare him off, and in fact, he's gotten more bold and is now sleeping on the table. So my surprise is, I didn't traumatize him. So I think he's used to me now. So even when I hiss at him, I don't think it's like a major deterrent. But I still don't like it when he hisses at me. Okay, so I'm gonna go out. I'm standing up now, and I'm gonna put the food on the chair first, and I'm gonna put the little cup on the plate so I can bring out both at the same time. Hey, Scruffy. So I got food for you. I got treats in my pocket just in case. So I'm gonna bring out your food, okay? Food. I like food, right? Okay, good. You didn't piss. Okay. And I guess I will do the kibble cup later, since I would have to make a move to get that in the carrier, and he'll probably hiss at me if I do that. I don't want to start off on a bad foot. I'm gonna put the treats on the table, and then I gotta get the glove on. You okay, Scruffy? And I rinsed off the glove last night, dishwashing liquid. Did you meow? No, that was straight. Some woman was screaming or something. So I washed it off, and it's still wet, so it feels kind of icky. Okay, so I'm trying to get the glove on. Okay. You okay, Scruffy? Want some food? He's not even looking at the table. Oh, there he is. Want some food? Okay, I'm gonna bring down the food. Okay, and I cleaned the brush. So the brush is nice and clean now. And so the food's down. And he's not coming. Okay, here he goes. So that was a little worrisome. Not food motivated at all. Like the brush? So maybe I should have sprayed new Fell-Away spray on it, but I forgot. Actually, no, I didn't forget. It's just I wanted to do it 15 minutes before, but the problem is he's been on the table all day, so. Okay, I'm gonna brush you. So it was a semi-hiss. So I'm gonna let you eat, but I'm gonna brush you when you eat. There we go. And he's a little tangled back here. It's not too bad. A couple knots, and yeah, there's a couple hot spots that look like they could be fleas. There's a big knot here. I don't think that was a flea knot, but just kind of a tangle because he has so much hair. So I was looking up cat breeds again, and yeah, I keep coming to Maine Coon, and just all the excess fur he has, especially on his legs and his rear, and then also the mane, like like a lion mane, and then his tail, and then the shape of his ears and the tufts on his ears. It makes me think, yeah, he's part Maine Coon, if not all Maine Coon. He's kind of small though. So I was also looking up Norwegian and Siberian. I don't think it was Siberian. So I don't think he's a Siberian, but Norwegian came up, and it seemed a little plausible, but yeah, just the way the fur is, he seems closer to Maine Coon. He could be a hybrid though, so a mutt. So he hissed at me, but very lightly. So either he's mellowing out a little bit, or he is sick. He doesn't have much energy. So I'm trying to get his legs, because I remember last night I was complaining about his sides, that I wasn't brushing him enough on the lower ends, because he's kind of really messy down there. So I'm going to flip the brush over. I'm going to try to flip the brush over. It's really hard with this glove, and it's really hard with it wet. So yeah, yesterday I said I was going to try to brush his legs and his sides a little bit, because they're really bad. They're messy. And I know he doesn't really like it, but he doesn't seem to like anything I do nowadays, so I figure, well, nothing to lose at this point. So I got his tail a little bit. I don't think I filmed it correctly. I think it was out of frame, but I was able to brush his tail. So I need to hold the camera back further. But yeah, if he is Maine Coon, then it also explains why the weather doesn't seem to bother him too much here, because it doesn't get nearly as cold here as it does in Maine. So, because it sounds like the Maine Coons can handle snow and other very cold climates, because of the fur. And yeah, it doesn't get that cold here. So only in rare occasion does it get below freezing. And I'd say that's like once every few years. It doesn't happen often at all. We do get a 30 sometimes, but it's still above freezing. So he's starting to pull the bowl. Stealing the bowl, man. Yeah, groom your head. So he hasn't let me rub his cheek in a while. So he keeps moving the bowl away from me. So at the limits of bending over in the chair at the moment. So if he moves any further, I'm going to have to get out of the chair. There's a hiss. So I pulled the bowl back. He didn't seem to like that. There's still a little bit of food in there. Probably can take out the ball, but I'll just let him go for the food. So let me brush his tail there. So I haven't been brushing his head much. So I'm going to be curious if he leaves the premises after dinner. So I imagine if he leaves the premises, then that's business as usual, and he's probably okay. If he goes back to his bed, that would be very interesting. So he walked away, couldn't brush him. So I rolled the ball to the other side. So actually, the weather right now is, all things considered, it's not too bad. I think, yeah, it is warmer than last night. I think we're in the high 50s, actually. Yeah, so the sun did come out, and yeah, it rained all night last night, but yeah, it dried up starting, I think, late morning. And by afternoon, yeah, it was sunny, and yeah, we didn't get huge amounts of rain. So I mean, the ground was wet, but it wasn't like soaked. So I was able to
go for a run at the nearby park. And it has kind of a dirt, sandy trails, and yeah, they weren't soaked or anything, so it was perfectly fine running on them. Puddles were at a minimum. And I was able to do my intervals. And I didn't hurt myself, so I guess I win. So I don't like doing intervals, though. They always take a lot out of me. I feel it a lot more than just a normal run or bike ride or something like that, or even weights. Yeah, I can't really do much weights now since the gyms are closed. So I got a pull-up bar, and I got some resistance bands, and I mentioned before I put some bricks in some buckets, but the buckets broke. So I don't have a really good replacement for weights. I can do pull-ups, and that's about it. So I got some ankle weights, so I can increase the weight on my pull-ups. I ripped one of the bags on the ankle weights. I don't know how I did that, but it's like a bean bag. It's like, they put some sort of, I guess it's not beans, it's some sort of like gravel or something in the weight, and so it's been slowly leaking out, and I haven't noticed until just now. And so I've been noticing, there's been like a lot of gravel where I've been working out, and I thought it was just like the wind was like blowing dust or something. I couldn't figure it out for a while, and then I finally figured it out that, oh shoot, the one of the weight pouches has been pierced, and it's been slowly leaking the material. And so now I gotta figure out how to replace it or fix it, or use, basically replace that weight. So the ankle weights are actually from my leftover from my dad's therapy. So his lung cancer metastasized into his brain, and then he had all sorts of treatments to try to deal with the brain tumors, and basically caused motor damage. So he had to go through physical therapy, and so one of the things, part of physical therapy was using ankle weights, because he had trouble walking after the cancer treatments. Or the brain tumors. So I figured I can reuse them now. I probably should do yoga or something like that, because he also I had to get him some yoga mats for his physical therapy. And I've never been into yoga, never been flexible at all. I suck at anything that requires stretching. Okay, so he's going the other way, so he's not leaving the preferences, so don't know what that means. But he's gone that way before, so. But he didn't go back to the box to sleep, so I guess that's a positive. So I'm gonna assume he's okay for now. I'll keep an eye on it. But, it doesn't seem imminent. I don't think it's like a medical emergency or anything. So he has enough energy to get up and eat. So, I'm gonna put his kibble in the carrier while he's gone, and then I think I'm gonna go in. So get this all the way back. But yeah, he wasn't very friendly today. Wasn't outright mean, but I've been still hoping, yeah, he would, show some affection and some enthusiasm. But yeah, he's kind of been stuck in this very lackluster feeding mode for the past, I don't know how many days now. But we had that one good feeding during lunch. That was like an anomaly, because before that, yeah, we were having these very anemic dinners. So I don't know how to improve things at this point. I think the only one key difference with the lunch, besides the daytime, was I think I only gave him dry kibble that day. So one of the things I'm thinking is maybe I go back to just feeding him like dry kibble for like one time. And my theory is, because he takes so long to eat the pâtés now, that by the time he's done eating, he's kind of already brushed out, because I just been brushing him the entire feeding cycle. So maybe if he eats faster, he's not like worn out and tired of the brushing. So that might be something I play with in the future. But anyway, so that's for next time or in the future. But thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.